And welcome, and thank you for joining us in our webinar to tell you about the wonderful things and opportunities that we have. I'm sure you're all familiar with the strange reptiles and dinosaurs such as T-Rex and Bradysaurus from movies such as Jurassic Park, or from serious documentaries about the lifestyles of fossils, or even the more trivial cartoons and drawings. Nonetheless, dinosaurs are very popular. But did you know that South Africa has its own rich and amazing collection of various fossils? For example, when you drive through the boring and flat Karoo landscape in the Free State and the Cape Province, just look out for the fossil bones eroding out of the rocks that form those large flat-topped hills between the enormous valleys. That is where you will find some of the early reptiles and examples of these ancient and interesting animals. South Africa has some of the earliest forms of life, starting off with the simple single-celled bacterian algae. They're extremely important for the origin of life and the atmosphere that we know. And these occur in some of the interesting geological deposits in the northeastern part of the country around Barberton. We also have some of the earliest fish and reptiles in the Karoo deposits, and also early dinosaurs in the rocks around Clarence and Elliot in the Free State. And spread all over the country, we have plants, fossil plants, and enormous deposits of coal. And you all know how important coal is for us to keep running in this country and have electricity. Clean or not clean, that's something else that needs to be discussed, but nonetheless, we still use coal to a large extent, and this is a compaction of fossil plants. And then in much younger deposits, we have some extinct mammals, some very large mammals, and the early hominids. And these are close by in the Sterkfontein Valley. So this area is now called the cradle of humankind, and a lot of research projects run by our institute occur there. You've probably heard of Littlefoot and Mrs. Ples in the news items. So the Evolutionary Studies Institute at Wits University is the only institute of its kind on the continent, and the only one in our universities. Other universities in South Africa will teach a little bit of paleontology, but we have the whole range here at Wits. So it is the best place to study fossils. We have a small team of internationally famous paleontologists who have been trained in other parts of the world and are training South Africans through lectures and postgrad projects to become paleontologists in their own right here in South Africa. Many foreigners come to visit us just to see our fossils. So why shouldn't we be studying the fossils ourselves? So we study the fossils together with the geology of the deposits, because this is important in understanding the earth processes, as Glenn mentioned right at the beginning. The understanding of biology and fossils, evolution, that's all critical to understanding how the whole system works. And more recently, we've applied this to climate change. Microfossils are used in coal and oil exploration. And in the fossil record, the occurrence, the death, the mass extinctions of the plants and animals, plus how they recover after these mass extinctions and what new forms evolve. These are key in understanding the impact of global warming and climate change. And you're all well aware of how important climate change impacts on us from day to day.